AITA for refusing to pay my roommate's medical bills after she fell off my raised garden bed. Edit OK justice for Jane. A lot of the comments are making Jane sound dumb or evil for wanting the garden bed removed. She is not dumb or evil. She is stressed TF out because there is a large medical bill in her hands and she knows either she is gonna be held responsible for it and her parents are gonna be pissed more than that already are, or she is gonna have to find a way to have someone else be financially liable. She asked for it to be removed before the next party, which is a reasonable thing to ask. And I did remove it. I'm not trying to slander Jane. I want to know if I'm the asshole. And some of this is me defending myself, which is against the rules. But I'm aware of that now. Original AITA 1F live in a house with 4 other girls. This spring in May, I found some of those thick security glass blocks on FBMP and used them to form a raised garden bed in the backyard. Fast forward to July. New girls are moving into the unit below us. We live in a duplex. According to one of my roommates, we will call her Jane 2OF. When the landlord came to check up on the property around the time of the new girls' move-in, the landlord told Jane that the garden bed I made should be taken down, and she gave Jane a verbal warning. As of right now, I don't know if there were any other witnesses to that interaction. But I do know that I did not receive an email warning about the garden bed. We did not get a group email or text either about it. So when Jane told me the landlord says you can't have that garden bed and gave us a warning, I'm like, oh, that's dumb. If we get a fine, I'll take care of it, but until the landlord gives us a written warning or a fine, I'm leaving it up. Me and Jane agreed that it's dumb that I supposedly can't have it. Fast forward to September. While I'm out of town, Jane hosts a party. During the party, Jane drunk, not sure if that affects the legality of this, stands on the garden bed, falls off, and gets a cut on her leg. She goes to the ER and gets stitches. In the following weeks, she tells me how much it got in the way during the crowded backyard party, and that it was a hazard. And I mean, yes, having something that is just over ankle height on the ground, while a bunch of drunk 20-year-olds are dancing around it, is bound to cause some falls. But how could I have considered that scenario before I made my herb garden? Her insurance is not covering the cost of her visit, and now that she's gotten the medical bills, her parents want me to pay up since it was my garden bed. Edit, I want to add that I learned her parents want me to pay via another roommate that Jane confided in. Jane nor her parents have not actually come to me personally asking for money yet. Other roommate told me to warn me. Continuing, one might say I should pay her bills because 1. I didn't ask everyone in the house if they were okay with me having the garden bed, and why would I? I live here, and the thing is 3 feet wide. Sorry, I wasn't considering how it would interfere with the parties we're not supposed to have, and 2. Because I didn't take it down after we got the warning, which there is no written proof of. And I read the lease today, and didn't find anything suggesting I couldn't have a garden bed. We literally have a fire pit, which is against the lease. We use it all the time. If one of us were drunk and fell on the fire pit, would there be the same attitude? Or if Jane fell onto some other object that was mine, am I at fault just because that object belongs to me? At the end of the day, she was drunk illegal since she is 20, hosting a party in our yard against the lease, and got hurt falling off of something that, as far as I can tell, and lack proof saying otherwise, am allowed to have. Am I wrong for not removing it as soon as Jane expressed that it is a hazard? Am I wrong for planning on saying no if she asks for money? Am I wrong for not removing it after this verbal warning from the landlord that I wasn't present for and don't have proof of?